crossing our fingers and looking to the sky for rain in the Northern Territory and parts of the Kimberley and Pilbara region. It's been a pretty poor start to the wet season, even though we've seen isolated storms, places like Darwin and the Tanami district as well, but we're still yet to see that widespread soaking rain of the monsoon trough coming through. We've had bursts of heavy rainfall, but nothing too much. Now, thankfully, there is a little bit of hope this week that at least parts of the Kimberley and Pilbara could be on for some heavy rainfall, maybe mid to late next week. Depends largely on the development of tropical lows. In the southeast, it's a dry week, aside from some storms on the ranges there and some rain over parts of the Nullarbor and also the Eyre Peninsula on the weekend. But we'll take a look at what's happening now in the tropics, right? You have two closed isobar systems here. That could lead to the formation of two tropical lows, two separate tropical lows. One maybe around the Gulf of Carpentaria or close to the Cape York Peninsula region, and the other one potentially near that Kimberley region. As we go further ahead in time, we can see how that rainfall really increases over the tropics, potentially drawing down the monsoon trough. Also, while that's happening, we could see showers and storms form along a gusty, cool change hitting the southeast mid to late next week. So hopefully we'll get some rain over the Kimberley and Pilbara. Saturday's rainfall forecast on screen showing areas of rain west and south Australia, the interior of Western Australia, and maybe isolated totals as high as around 50 millimeters for parts of the tropics and isolated showers and storms. Isolated showers and storms in New South Wales on the ranges in the northeast, maybe as much as 10, maybe as much as 15. Very, very hit and miss. It's going to be hot, however. Sunday, very similar forecast for you there. Continuing to see rain, showers, and storms for the tropics. More widespread storms on Monday for the east of New South Wales. The rest of Australia remaining largely dry and hot for the most part. But when we get to Tuesday, that's when we could start to see those tropical lows start to impact maybe parts of the Kimberley and parts of the Cape York Peninsula region. That's why we see that rainfall increasing there. Now, if it moves closer near the land, that's when those rainfall rates will really pick up, and we'll start to see isolated totals over 50 to 100 millimeters over the course of maybe Thursday, Friday next week. But right here, you're not really seeing that, and it's because this is a sort of an average of several different weather models and the rainfall output that they're expecting. But suffice to say that there is the chance of very heavy rain over parts of the tropics in general next week, with the movement of two tropical low pressure systems. That really has to do with where this rain is going to be. But if they make landfall, well, we could have over 150 millimeters for some areas.
A look now at the fire danger for Saturday. Now, we do have a number of fires currently burning across the country, particularly across New South Wales, and also quite a few fires burning in Tasmania. As you can see, the water bombing aircraft there working to put out those fires. Now, we have very dry conditions almost right across the country at the moment, as you can see from the vegetation index behind me, as indicated by the darker brown and yellow shading, indicating very dry conditions. We do, however, have some greener vegetation along the east coast and across the southeast. In terms of rainfall, well, we haven't really seen too much of it in the last week. We've seen some decent falls across the northern half of the country with storms and that tropical rain. We've also had a few storms producing a bit of rainfall across New South Wales, but much of the country has been very dry. Now, we are expecting to see a cooler southerly change moving up the New South Wales coast on Saturday, so some cooler conditions are on the way for the southeast. But over in the west, where temperatures are going to be really ramping up, a heat trough is going to be deepening, and we'll see temperatures heating up, and as a result, areas of elevated fire danger are forecast on Saturday. We have severe fire danger forecast across parts of Western Australia and many regions of very high fire danger. But for New South Wales, with that cooling trend moving up the New South Wales coast, we are seeing a decrease in the fire danger, and we do have some areas of very high fire danger, but no severe for Saturday.